Welcome to Budgets and Buns, episode 4. 4 things I wish I knew when I started budgeting, and 1 thing you need to know. Number 1, the first thing that I wish I knew when I started budgeting was that I didn't need so many categories. I had a category for everything, and it just felt obnoxious and overwhelming. And now that I've culled it down to a 4-category budget, life is so much more simple. I have several videos that you can watch to adopt my budgeting style if you are feeling overwhelmed with how many budget categories you have. I will leave them on the end screen at the end of this video. But please know that you can do whatever you want and you don't have to copy anybody else's version to the T. Take what you like from different creators or different styles of budgeting and choose how many work for you. It's gotta make sense or you won't stick with it. Number 2, I wish I knew that it was okay to change my budget. Wait, what? I thought that was the point of making your budget, to stick with it. Well, yes, but if along the way you realize you've either made an error or an overestimate or an underestimate, you can adjust as you go. Part of the KATE method I teach, keep focus. The A is for adjust, T is tracking, and E is eliminate. The adjust is important. So just because you make a budget, that's not the end all be all, and you can't fix it as you go. Make your own rules, my friend. Make the rules that work for you. Number 3, when I started budgeting, I wish I knew it was okay to just budget my way. When you first learn about budgeting, there's so many messages you're getting. Okay, there's the 50, 30, 20, and there's the cash envelope way, and the zero-based budget, and what is the best way? I have literally taken pieces of this, pieces of this, pieces of this, and formulated my own budgeting system that works so well for me. It makes sense in my head, it's easy, and I get results, most importantly. Number 4, that it didn't have to consume my life. When you first start budgeting, part of the reason you don't do it right away is you think it's gonna take a lot of time and you think it's gonna take so much energy and it'll be confusing and it'll be hard. Now, it's like 5 minutes a day that I spend thinking about budgeting on the regular, and it's easy. And I have time for all the other things that I need. I'm a single parent raising a child. I have lots of jobs. The budgeting shouldn't take up the majority of it. Once you've done it and then you get into the habit, it just gets easier and easier and it won't take up so much of your time. It's awesome. And now the one thing that you need to know before you leave here. You need to know that if you stick with it, it will get better and better and more effective. Your first budget is not gonna be great. In fact, it might kinda suck. Kinda like my first YouTube videos. If you're not in the practice of doing things, you're not gonna know until you know. You're not gonna know until you've made some mistakes. You're not gonna know until you've done trial and error, you know? So if you go back and see my beginning videos, you'll see I had a lot of work to do, and I still have a lot of improvements to make, but time and practice makes things easier and more effective. It took me about 3 to 6 months to get into a good rhythm where my budget started to look good initially, but I mean, I've been doing this for years now, and now it's just clockwork. I'm a well-oiled machine. If you can develop that consistency, it will pay off. Now is your turn. Take a second, go into the comments, and leave us something that you wish you'd known when you first started budgeting to help encourage the rest of the squad. Some of you watching this have never budgeted before. Some of you are pros by now, but no matter where you are at in this journey, budgeting has been essential to my financial life. And I'm so grateful I got into it, or else I'm really not sure how I would afford anything because I wouldn't know what is coming in and I wouldn't know how much I'm spending. So I wouldn't know if I was living below my means or not, and to what extent. Living below your means is so possible when you adopt the tool of budgeting. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.